Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. We have some good stuff for you today. I had intended on doing a multiple video review and install on some more things for the Maverick, and I'm going to talk to you about some of that in just a moment. But we did get one of the items in, so I'm going to do a quick unboxing, and then we'll get to talking about the other stuff that we have going on. So hang on a second, let me get the box and something to open it with. Okay guys, this is one of the items that we ordered, and I asked you guys' opinion on whether we should order the roof spoiler and also the tailgate spoiler. And the problem that I have run into is apparently the tailgate spoiler is on back order. I did go on and attempt to purchase it numerous times, even on places that said they had it in stock, but every time, although they would say it was in stock, I get a notification due to back order, this part is not available at this time. And I get that, but if that's the case, then don't have on your site this part is in stock, because then what you have to do after you've ordered it and they've taken all of your information, they basically, as you guys have figured out, will go ahead and pull the funds out of your account, and then you have to wait for them to actually return those funds. So that's where I am on one item, but we did get one of them in, and I did order this from FordDiscountParts.com. So let's get opening this and make sure it's in good condition. I'm a shopper. I would love to say I'm loyal to one place and I get all my stuff from blah blah blah, but if you guys know anything like I know, some places can get some parts at the discount rate, some places can't, some places can get other parts, and so you got to shop around. So this is, has anybody figured it out yet? Well, you probably already know, because you guys were the ones that inspired me to go ahead and get this. And it comes with the same polyurethane sealant that the front spoiler came with, so obviously it's something that's going to be attached to the vehicle. So looks like it's very well wrapped. Let's get to unstrapping this real quick. And then we're going to talk some Ford stuff, because there's a lot of rumors going around what's going on with Ford right now. Some of the things good, some of the things maybe not so good. So we'll talk about that before we finish out the day. And boy, they have this thing really wrapped. I'm not mad about that, because I'd rather have it really hard to get into and open than to have it falling out of a box and stuff scratched up and all that kind of stuff, which surely we have experienced that. Any of you guys who have followed the channel long enough to know that when we were ordering parts for the Project Nacho, we had a trunk come in dented, two fenders come in dented, a hood come in dented. Yeah, so I'm kind of glad that a lot of these pieces that I have been buying for the Maverick are actually made out of plastic. So as long as you pack it right, you know it's going to be right. You doesn't have to worry about it being on a forklift and somebody dropping it somewhere. Okay, this is it. And as you guys may or may not be able to tell, this is the cab spoiler. So I wanted to install it today, but what we're having here in Virginia, and I took this entire week off to do some stuff around the house, and there's literally a chance of thunderstorms all day, and there's no specific time. It says a chance all day. So I don't want to start installing this and then it start pouring down rainy, and then I have sealant and stuff on there that's not dry. So I'll look for one day this week when it looks like there's a a good enough window to get this installed, and then we'll do it then. But for now, let's just get up out of this seat and sit it on the back of the cab and see how it fits. Okay guys, the pieces, of course, it comes in black. I have seen some of the people who have painted these the same color as the body. That may be an option that I would possibly think about doing. As of right now, I have not made a decision whether that's going to be something that I want to do or not. But for now, let's just sit it up on here and see how it fits. Okay. Well, to me, I think it has a little bit of cool factor to it. Shouldn't be hard at all to install. The only thing I would be concerned about is just kind of like the front spoiler. There may be some areas where you have to really make sure that it's pressed down good with the sealant, so that you don't have the issues that I had with the sealant not holding it good. Because it is, you know, it's a formable piece. So I think, although, that by this having the two-sided tape all the way around, that as soon as you put it on there, it's going to hold it in place. And as long as you have that bead of silicone all the way around that groove, just like on the, there's none right here, but, you know. But I think it's where the sealant will be is in places where the two-sided tape is going to be holding it anyway. So I'm pretty sure that it will stay on with no problem. For all of you guys who may be contemplating putting this on your Maverick, know that it has the same type of 3M adhesive channel as the spoiler. You're going to fill in those areas that are white on here. Make sure you wipe it out with alcohol. And then I believe that because the two-sided tape, that you'll be able to pull a piece back and set it up on there. I think because that's on there, you'll be able to stick it down and you won't have to worry about it moving any at all, because that two-sided tape is going to hold it in place while that sealant dries. So I may in fact go ahead and slam this baby on here. I'm just going to have to think about it, because it does look like it's going to rain. And even though I'm not worried about the two-sided tape coming up, I don't really want this to get wet until it's had at least 2 or 3 hours to dry. And with the area of instability in the air and the way it's looking like it could rain at any moment, I'm just not going to take that chance and have a mess. Because once you put this 3M sealant on here and stick this down, I promise you it's not going anywhere easily after that. And that's a good thing, because you certainly don't want a spoiler flying off going down the highway. Give me your thoughts. Should you paint it the color of the truck, or do you leave it black? I think in my case I want to leave it black, because I think it shows it off more if it's black. Because if you painted that body color, it might blend into a point where it's not even noticeable, and I think I want that to be noticed. So I'm going to leave mine black. That's just what I'm saying right now. So yeah, that's what it's going to look like. Does it do anything? Well, yes and no. I wouldn't say that it enhances your stability or aerodynamics in any way, but the cool factor is right up there for me. I like it. I think it looks really good. So yeah, it's going on there, and you'll see that video probably on the next round. So let's get this sitting off in an area where it won't be getting messed up or anything. Okay, let's talk some Maverick talk for a minute, and other Ford products. I am a Ford fan, as you guys probably know. All the cars that you've seen me driving are Fords. From the Mach 1 to the notchback to the 66 Fairlane that we had as a project on this channel for a while. Yeah, I'm a Ford guy. And in case you're wondering about this T-shirt, that's one of my favorite YouTube channels to watch. I know some people don't watch or admit that they watch other folks' YouTube channel, but yeah, those two guys, the Goon Squad, I love their content and what they do. If I were younger, I would probably try to do some of the stuff that they're doing. I would have loved for there to have been a YouTube platform back when I was building the 92LX to help me be inspired on that project, because that was a really intense project. And I said when I got done with that one, I wasn't going to do any of those projects to that level anymore, because it did require way more funds than I initially ever hoping to spend, and a lot of time. We traveled over states to get it tuned, and yeah, that was a real project. But I will say this, that project inspired the beginning of this channel, which is CS92LX. A lot of people don't know that name of the channel was given to the channel in honor of that 92LX Mustang that I built years ago. I would have liked to have changed it to something else, but once I got monetized, which I did not plan on that happening, I was pretty much locked in to stay with the name of this channel. So I thank you guys for tuning in. Ford stuff. Well, everyone is scrambling now that there's not going to be much, if any, inspirations from the government to buy and sell electric vehicles. We have a lot of things going on in the country right now which I'm not in agreement with, some in particular, and I won't go into any details as far as that, because I'm not going to mix politics with this channel, because that's not what I'm here to do. So looking forward at Ford Motor Company, they are in fact retooling and doing some new stuff. We're going to see some new sport utility type vehicles coming out, and even some cars. And I always thought that them giving up on cars was a mistake. I understand that most people want trucks, SUVs, and vehicles like that, but there is always still a market for cars. Even Chrysler, with the Daytona Chargers and other vehicles that they have had, have proved that there is a market for cars, performance cars in fact, and everyday type vehicles. So yeah, maybe they'll be getting back into some of that. I wish I had $1 million. I might buy one of those. Well, of course you have to have an allocation, so you have to have the money and know someone to be able to afford one of the Mustang GTDs that earlier this year set a production car record at the Nürburgring. And I definitely love all the technology and all of the things that have gone into that program. But for the average guy like you and me, when the car starts at $325,000, that tells me that I can't afford that. I would love to have one, but I'm definitely not even dreaming in that direction. The other things that we see coming out, a lot of you guys may or may not know, the Ford Ranger, for what it was supposed to be, a small truck, or now considering the Maverick as a small truck, a mid-size truck, they do not sell very well. And there are a number of reasons why, because you have the Maverick that gets great gas mileage for the guy who wants a small truck that he can carry his family in. It actually, I've driven a number of Rangers, and I and my family do not fit in one comfortably, not even with the extra cab or crew cab, whatever you want to call it. So the Maverick is a better vehicle for me as far as comfort and being able to get great gas mileage, which is what most people want in their daily driver. So that segment is full of all of us who have bought Mavericks and enjoy everything that they can do, while not being so big as to be a truck where you have Your parking spaces are smaller. Your gas mileage is way less. So yeah, there's a market for the big truck as far as pulling and towing stuff, the utility part of an F-150. But there are a lot of guys out there who have bought trucks who will never use that pickup bed and never haul anything in the back, but they want a big truck. Well, I've had those. They were good for what they were. They were comfortable to ride in for a tall guy like me, but for me, the Maverick does everything that I really need it to do. So that's where we are with that. Also, and I didn't know until the other day when I went online, my son was asking me about affordable Ford vehicles. I did not know that they are not making the Ford Edge anymore. I've had a Ford Edge, and that was a good vehicle. I had the one with the V6 in it, and I used it also to pull a 17-foot boat. It was very comfortable, reliable, and I did not buy that one new. I bought that one used, and it was in excellent condition. It had sunroof, it had all the creature comforts in a candy apple red color, and I enjoyed that vehicle. And to this day, the person that I sold it to is still driving around in it, to my knowledge. One of the things that I have desired to do, but I don't know if I have the stamina, patience to do, Lincoln Town Car. Now you may think, what? You want to build a Lincoln Town Car? I saw one online that someone had done. It was a YouTube video, and I believe it's the 2000 through 2006 Lincoln Town Car, that particular car. You can buy those cars right now dirt cheap, and most of those cars were owned by older people. A lot of them have fairly low mileage on them, but what has been or what I have seen done is people are taking those vehicles, putting a more performance oriented tire and wheel combination on them, and then swapping a Coyote into that car. Now, before you think that I'm crazy or this sounds stupid, just know that the Cadillac Blackwing with that 6.2 liter V8 in it, supercharged, that is a killer car. Now, if Ford and Lincoln Mercury, well, Mercury doesn't exist, but Lincoln did something like that with the town car, I think they would sell as hot as the current Cadillacs are doing. So that's one of those things that I would love to do. I've done a little bit of research on it. I just don't know if I want to go back to building like that, because I know, and most of you who have tried to build anything know, that when you start one of those projects, they can snowball really quickly. You think you're just doing an engine swap, then you end up doing transmission, electronics, rear end, all the things that initially you don't really notice. But if it were really, you know, fairly or somewhat similarly doable, I would like to have that car. And if I had the money, I'd pay somebody else to do it. Put a Coyote in there, and actually put the here comes the train, y'all. It's like right on cue when I do a video. Blast that horn one more time. How about one more for good measure? And last one. Nice long one. There we go. You know, when you live around here by the train tracks, you don't notice that when it's happening, because it's like an everyday thing. You know, it's like a person who lives beside a bakery and don't notice the smell because they've been around it long enough. But that being said, yeah, I would love to put a Whipple supercharger on that, and I'd like to have a probably a 6R80 transmission in there. 10R80 would be better, but I don't know as far as the transmission tunnel, how that would work out. But I envisioned this in my mind, and maybe I'll do an AI photo of what that will look like. A slightly wider at the hips Lincoln Town car with 20 inch wheels on it, wider, and a slightly wider stance in the back. Oh, and it's got to be in black. Full leather interior, 4-door, and maybe we even get the cam tune on it. So give it a little rump. But yeah, that's probably my dream project in my mind. Will that ever happen? I don't know. I do still enter a lot of contests, and the danger of winning a contest is that every time you enter a contest, you think you're going to actually win. So having won a contest before, now when I enter a contest, I always believe I'm going to win. And that's really not realistic, but hey, keep hope alive. So all of you guys who have the opportunity to support some of the YouTube channels that run those, yeah, I don't see anything wrong, as long as you don't get crazy. I mean, don't spend your rent money on helping somebody like that. I mean, I don't believe God will even be pleased with that. You know, if you're using the money that God blesses you with for these things that we enjoy out here, I just don't go along with that. But yeah, certainly I would love to do a lot more things. We are still, doing stuff with the boat, also getting that ready for our next trip. But I thought about it. I had a lot of work to do this week. I wanted to get both the cab spoiler and the tailgate spoiler mounted on the car, but as you can see, it looks like it's going to rain at any moment, and I'm just not going to do that. And for the same reason, I'm not going to get out on the water, and particularly by myself when it's about to thunderstorm. Now, rain is one thing. If somebody just says it's going to be a day when we are experiencing drizzle or a chance of a passing shower, that's one thing. But when I look at the phone app and it has pictures of lightning bolts on the phone, letting me know that there's probably going to be a storm of some sort today, then no, I'm not going out there. And I don't suggest that anyone else should either, because I have been out on a boat in a storm one time, and I told the Lord that day, Lord, if you just get me and my son back to the shore, I promise you, if it ever looks like it's going to storm again, I will get my behind off the water and in the car and home before it happens. So that's all I have to say about that. Nevertheless, thank you guys for tuning in. I will put up another video this week, so you'll be able to see the installation. Not it's going to be that intensive, but you'll be able to see the finished product, and I'll give you some tips and tricks that I may use to help that go smoothly for you guys, because I'm just the average guy like you guys. I read the directions, and whatever I don't see in the directions, we figure it out. So thank you guys for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.